As the bell echoed through the halls of Westfield High, signaling the start of another school day, an undercurrent of apprehension rippled through Miss Roberts's English classroom. Known for her stern, unyielding ways, Miss Roberts cast a critical eye over her students as they settled into their seats. This tension had long been an unwelcome companion in her lessons, a low hum of unease that never quite dissipated. Today, however, the air was charged with an added sense of anticipation. A new student had just stepped through the door, a presence that seemed to draw every gaze in the room. Jasmine King, with her backpack slung casually over one shoulder, walked with quiet confidence to an empty desk. Her arrival was met with a mix of curiosity and skepticism from her peers. Miss Roberts' expression hardened as she observed Jasmine, the corners of her mouth curling into a thin, disingenuous smile. "Ah, a new addition," she announced, her voice syrupy sweet with a hint of malice. "Let's see if you'll manage to keep up with our curriculum here. It's quite rigorous." The underlined word rang clear, a calculated jab designed to undermine. Jasmine, however, met Miss Roberts' challenging gaze head-on, saying nothing but exuding an air of quiet resilience. The room's atmosphere shifted subtly. A sense of impending conflict simmered beneath the surface, a student about to challenge entrenched bias with silent strength. As Miss Roberts commenced the day's lesson, she was careful to scan the room often, ensuring that Jasmine felt the weight of her disdain. "Today we're delving into To Kill a Mockingbird, focusing on power and oppression. Thoughts?" she asked, pointedly looking past Jasmine's raised hand. After several students had spoken, Miss Roberts reluctantly acknowledged Jasmine, her smile taut. "Yes, Miss King?" Jasmine spoke with poised confidence. "The novel vividly illustrates systemic racism." Miss Roberts interrupted swiftly, her tone dismissive. "I think you're confusing this classic American literature with today's political issues." A ripple of discomfort traveled through the room, a mutual anticipation of the drama unfolding. Despite this, Jasmine remained unfazed, holding her ground. "With respect, the book's depiction of racial injustice is a reflection of real." "That's enough!" Miss Roberts dismissed her with a wave, signaling that Jasmine's interpretation, albeit well-founded, was unwelcome. "I suggest focusing on the text as it is." The room's tension thickened as students shifted uneasily. Jasmine met the challenge with silence, her demeanor a study in composed defiance. For every ignored hand raised, she continued to scribble notes meticulously, a quiet act of resistance against being silenced. As the class ended, Miss Roberts called out, her voice heavy with insincerity. "Miss King, a word?" Jasmine paused at the door, carefully concealing her emotions. "Yes, Miss Roberts." Miss Roberts leaned in, her smile sharp and thin. "Separate your personal feelings from the facts, Miss King. This is not a place for personal agendas." This exchange fortified Jasmine's resolve. As she left the classroom, her stride was unhurried, determined. She understood that her next appearance in this space would demand greater strength and composure. The following week, she entered the same room fixed on maintaining her resolve against Miss Roberts' criticisms. Miss Roberts seized every opportunity to target Jasmine, her comments increasingly transparent. "Is that gum, Miss King?" she snapped. Jasmine, startled, paused mid-motion. "No, Miss Roberts, I—" "Don't lie. Remove it at once." Jasmine's classmates looked on, some in sympathy, others silently feeding on the tension. Jasmine calmly pantomimed, discarding the imaginary gum, adhering to an inner strength that refused to crack. The class dynamics shifted as sympathy and prejudice both began to ripple through her peers. Some students, like Sarah, who sat in the front row, offered supportive glances when Miss Roberts wasn't looking, while others mirrored the teacher's behavior with smirks and whispers. During discussions, Miss Roberts continued her dismissive practices. "Yes, Miss King, enlighten us," she said when Jasmine raised her hand. "I'm sorry, could you be clearer? We don't all understand certain dialects," Miss Roberts interrupted, her words laced with condescension. Gasping, the students turned from Jasmine to the teacher, realizing the full extent of the unveiled prejudice. As class concluded, Jasmine was asked to stay behind, her performance under scrutiny yet again. Approaching the teacher's desk, Jasmine's heart pounded, but her voice remained unwavering. "Yes, Miss Roberts, I hope you understand," the teacher said coldly, "that if you don't adapt, you might need another environment more suited to your outlook." With remarkable composure, Jasmine answered, "I understand, Miss Roberts. I'll continue to do my best." As Jasmine left, Determination gripped her. She knew the upcoming project presentation was her chance to stand strong against Miss Roberts' looming prejudice. When the day arrived, Jasmine took her place, prepared to face both bias and judgment with unyielding resolve. Her presentation, a well-researched insight into To Kill a Mockingbird, centered on racial injustice. Miss Roberts watched intently, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. "Don't you think your focus is too centered?" Miss Roberts probed, her voice a twisted facade of politeness. Jasmine stood firm, her voice steady. "The racial themes are integral to understanding the book's full message." Interrupted again, Jasmine's rebuttal was cut short, but she refused to let it break her composure. A small voice from the back quietly supported Jasmine's work, offering a lifeline. Miss Roberts disregarded the student, but the balance was starting to shift. The truth of Miss Roberts' conduct and bias was undeniable, setting events in motion that would soon demand accountability. The subsequent day, Jasmine's father, Mr. King, also the principal, made an unexpected entrance into the classroom. His presence puzzled Miss Roberts until realization dawned. Miss Roberts had revealed her prejudices to the wrong person. Mr. King calmly addressed the class, his focus emphasizing respect, inclusivity, and education as a platform for the exchange of diverse ideas. Miss Roberts stood, her confidence eroding, as Mr. King laid bare the injustices Jasmine had endured. The school rallied in response, aiming to mend the environment with inclusivity initiatives and training. Miss Roberts, confronted with the consequences of her actions, faced disciplinary actions from the school board. Jasmine's courage had catalyzed change, transforming her ordeal into a movement that swept through Westfield High, a shift towards true understanding and respect. A single student's bravery had exposed the cracks, revealing the strength needed to fill them with compassion and open dialogue. This journey was a testament to the power of resilience, proving that even in oppressive surroundings, one voice could set a powerful stage for much-needed change. With strength and conviction, Jasmine King had turned a personal battle into a community's transformation, showing that courage, even in silence, can lead to profound, lasting impact.